towards Chandler.
All right, go.
Lovely.
I want to hear it.
All right. So earlier this week, you started ranting to me about the Rust compiler, but I didn't understand a word you were saying. So
I saw that like slightly pop up in a chat, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. So I'm curious as well.
So yeah, Quentin's his eyes are about to glaze over. He's not
I'm
about
so
to care
sorry,
about
yeah,
Quentin.
what is Rust? Let's start there.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Rust is this newfangled programming language that's supposed to like replace all of the old like C and like the really low level compiled languages. Like it's the new meme, as I like to call.
Why not just call it iron oxide?
Oh my god. Is there some way to make a joke about C in there with like the rusting C or rusting it away?
Yeah,
or
salt
something?
water makes it rust.
Yeah,
Maybe,
saltwater
maybe
makes
that's
C.
where they got the name from. I
Oh
don't know.
man, saltwater makes C code rust. I see how it is. Haha.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like partially faster in certain scenarios. And
That would be a great idea for a transpiler name. We're gonna call the transpiler seawater.
Oh my god.
So it turns your C into rust.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh,
So
boy.
anyway, but the whole idea behind Rust is that it's supposed to be modern. It's supposed to be thread safe, so you can use it in like multi-threaded applications. So like it'll use multiple cores in your system, and that's supposed to be stupid fast. It is a roughly 15% faster than C, which up until Rust came out, no other computer language had been able to do.
Where was Go at in relation to that?
Go is on par with Java, so it's about twice as slow as C.
I see.
So it's about.
C said the blind man.
Yeah. I'm terrible.
But anyway, so I was ranting about it because I wasn't so much ranting about it. I was just trying to tell you about how it worked.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is. It doesn't use a traditional like. I take Rust code, I then turn it into machine code for your system natively, and that machine code, the assembly gets turned to machine code. That's what the correct pipeline is.
Yeah, and that's what C used to do too, right? You have your C code, and
It
then
still
you have
does.
an assembler, make the assembly
That's what the
language,
default
and
behavior of
so
C
actually
is.
runs.
But there's this thing called LLVM. And if I'm honest, all I know is that VM stands for virtual machine, but I don't remember what the other LL is. I think it's low level virtual machine. Maybe that's what it is. But either way, the whole point of LLVM is that your computer language, instead of going from the computer language to native assembly, it goes from the computer language to LLVM, from LLVM to your native computer language, and to your native assembly, and your native assembly to machine code. And that extra layer allows you to, instead of having to build a compiler for every single instruction set that exists, you can just cheat and like just write it for LLVM. And now you have all of the now you have all of the architectures that LLVM supports.
So because
available.
LLVM is like this like paradigm, right, that can run assembly on multiple different types of machines.
Yes. Or compile to assembly on multiple different machines.
Why doesn't C just say, "Hey, I'll just write to LLVM now"?
It does. They exist. Like there are LLVM compilers for C.
Oh, I see.
But yeah. But it's at the moment though, the C compilers are still so good that what's the point? It's
true.
not any faster. But Rust,
Well, it's supposed to be 15% faster, right?
no, Rust is 15% faster.
Yeah, but
the
it's
way,
15%
because of the
faster
way it
because-
writes the LLVM code.
Exactly. So I'm saying is C code could just utilize the
Do
same.
you know how much of a monolith C is?
Yes, it is. It is pretty big.
Yeah, that's why like you can't do that very easily without breaking a bunch of
Yeah,
things.
it's also. I mean, it's big, but it's less big and more that it's extremely complex, right? Like getting a compiler.
See, y'all were joking about Quentin's eyes glazing over, and mine have already glazed over. I missed I didn't follow like half of that, so that's cool.
Basically, Rust be very fast and modern. There's a simple.
Yep.
There's also a package manager that has too, right?
Yeah, so you don't have to like go try to find all the libraries and shit. You just type in cargo compile or cargo build, and it will find any dependency that you list in the configuration files.
That's really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
dependency
nice.
management is magical.